Welcome at our lecture. I will give you a space for your lecture. We are really looking forward to it. And I will turn the camera to the students so you can see them. And also I will switch the projector on so they'll see you. So this will
And
be
how
like,
much time we have?
It was like 45 minutes.
We have 45 minutes. Okay, 45, and maybe some time if some friends want to say something or have a conversation or something.
Yeah.
But around 45 minutes.
Switch on the projector so you can see the students can see you. So yeah, and there's one technical issue. If you would like to talk with them, or if they would like to ask you something, they need to say it to me because the microphone in the camera is like there's some issue.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, so because the perimeter of the microphone is too small and the room is too large, so
that's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
Great. So I will turn the camera to the students so you can see them. I hope. Okay. Here we go.
Beautiful.
Great.
So, and you guys can see the screen, yes?
And there's some issue with your battery, as I see. So I hope everything will be okay. Anyway, I need to enlarge the window so the students could see your presentation on full screen.
So once they can see the slides, we can start right away.
I think yeah, it's visible, and but we can see your slides as a preview. It's not like full screen, but I think it's still readable, so it should be okay. So it's your.
Yes, all right. So thank you very much. So first of all, my apologies for this late start, but we're going to maximize from this time much for stopping by and coming to this very interesting and important session, I think. So we are going to talk about artificial intelligence a little bit. And let me say a couple of things here, like why you should be interested in this type of conversation. What is the reason? The reason is that technologies are changing the way we work, we play, we live. So as you are doing your studies there, whatever type of profession you would like to choose, what I am trying to suggest is that think about the role of technologies, how your profession or your field of interest will be changed because of the disruptions from various technologies like 5G, big data, blockchains, and artificial intelligence, and so many other technologies. Yes, so that is what the theme is going to be, more or less. Yeah. So I want to discuss a little bit what are some of the things which artificial intelligence can already do. So I'm not talking about the things which AI is going to do in the future. I'm going to talk about the things which artificial intelligence is already doing in the world we live in. So artificial intelligence can already read. Yeah. And here is one example for you guys to reflect on. Facebook is now using artificial intelligence to sort content for quicker moderation. So see how many people in the world use Facebook. Maybe a billion, maybe more than 1 billion, something like that. And I encourage you to not just listen to me, but use your mobile phones or laptops to run searches as I am talking about, whatever fascinates you. I think that would be important exercise if you are interested in that. So how that is going to disrupt the jobs, like if there is any type of post made on Facebook, for example, which is not appropriate as per the guidelines of Facebook, the world should not see it, maybe based on their guidelines, want their Facebook to be used. Then if human beings are going to look at the content and 1 billion people are posting, it is not going to be feasible. It is not possible for human beings to go through so many posts simultaneously. Yeah, but artificial intelligence can do that. Yeah, so run your searches on these topics. Artificial intelligence can already write. Yeah, so writing, think about it. What it takes to write. You have to, think. Critical thinking is maybe required. Some type of creativity is required. Some type of idea generation is required. Those type of things. Yeah. So look at this story. Japanese AI writes a novel, nearly wins literary award. Yeah. So now you would, because we don't have a lot of time, we just have 45 minutes. So that is why I was saying that it would be good and interesting that you can run your searches on these type of things, maybe now, or make notes, or run searches later, something like that. And try to think about your own career. Maybe you want to go in some type of job where you will have to write. So how are you going to compete with artificial intelligence if that is going to start doing some type of writing there? Yes, very interesting thing to think about. Yeah. Here is another one for you. Washington Post robot reporter has published 850 articles in the past year. Please take a moment to reflect on this. How many days in a year? 365? 850 articles. How many articles are coming every day? Yeah. So if someone wants to be a reporter or a journalist, and they want to write or something, what type of skills they would want to gain now in their bachelor's or in their master's degree to compete with this type of intelligence in the once they go in the work field? So please reflect on that. And then not just write, update the content. Yeah, so you write something, but then because new information is coming, you update the content. So that also AI is doing, as you can see on this in this news. For example, I created this deck of slides, PowerPoint presentation for you guys, but it might want to be updated in next maybe 4 months, 6 months, based on the new things which are coming in artificial intelligence and so on. So maybe can use AI to look for interesting, relevant news stories and put them in the deck. Yeah. So then think about it. If you are doing these type of jobs in the future, more and more AI, as it improves itself, what would happen to these type of jobs? So again, I'm going to stop a little bit here and come back to what I said in the beginning of my conversation. And the idea is that you take time to reflect on your career. You all want to be something. Different people want to be different persons, adopt different careers. No matter what career you are taking, you can pursue that. That is beautiful. You should do what you love. But what I'm trying to say here is that in your field, try to reflect how technologies are changing your field. Yeah. So you hone those type of skills now. So when you go in the work environment, you are future ready. Yeah. Microsoft is cutting down dozens of, news production workers, replacing them with artificial intelligence. So these things are happening. People are losing their jobs for one reason or another across different markets. So AI can already see. So we spoke about it can read, it can write, it can see. This is very interesting if you think about it. This bot judges how much you smile during your job interviews. So if I had an AI established there on in your lecture hall, I could see how many of you are smiling and how many are enjoying these examples and how many are getting bored, and then maybe I could rearrange whatever I had to say, something on those lines. Yes. So but think about this, the application of this. You go in an interview, and human beings are there, of course, but there is a bot also who is looking at your smile. Is that smile authentic, or you are just giving a smile because you are in an interview and you want to be seen in a good light or something like that? Yeah. So some ethical dilemmas are also we're going to talk about it when we are closing our conversation, but these are just some things which I want you to think about. Yeah. AI estimates people's age. What is the age of the person? What would be the application of this? Take a moment to think about that application. Yeah, because application is very important, not just theory. For example, a person who goes to the bar to have a drink, maybe they are underage, so AI can look at their from their face, they can maybe make an estimate that what is the age there. Yeah. Very interesting. And so many other, on dating websites, for example, it can be used. Police, law enforcement, it can be used there. AI can make personality judgments based on our photograph. This is now getting a little bit scary here, like looking at someone's picture and saying what type of personality they would have. There are softwares which companies are using. It is not something which is going to happen in the future. Companies are using these type of softwares to make these type of judgments. Are they ethical? Should, like, if a person is black, what type of prejudice can be linked with that? If some person is coming from some certain religious background, Muslims, for example, how they would be viewed if they don't have that type of good reputation in that particular market or something like that. Quite scary. Some reports, this is just but I would like, as I'm talking, make some notes and run some searches. I hope you guys are running some searches on your devices. AI to monitor behavior of taxi drivers in Dubai, for example. Yeah. So drowsiness. Some people are maybe working more hours than they should, and they are not taking enough sleep. And so they can have some accident. Yeah. So AI they are using. So good uses also. Some ethical situations which we definitely need to deal with, but can be used in very interesting ways also. Very controversial here, very controversial. AI can guess whether you are gay or straight from a photograph with up to 91% accuracy. Yeah. So how AI works, it essentially takes a lot of data, past performances, people's inclinations, about sexual inclinations, for example, and then from there see what features are there for people who are of a certain sexual orientation. And then over a period of time, the more data comes in, the accuracy increases. It is weird, I understand that it is controversial, yes, but it is just for food for thought, that what is happening in the world. AI can already foresee, forecast, predictive, preventive sports injuries using AI. Yeah. So run some searches on this and try to understand how AI is forcing here, and understand. I did not put something here because I want you to run some searches. So please run, as we are talking, run some searches on this. You will find a lot of examples where you would see that AI can hear and understand different type of conversations. You use it to a certain extent. If you think about it, on your mobile phones and so on, they are not basic, or we call it weak AI. It's a weak AI. It's not a strong AI, but you guys use it in terms of Siri, for example, and so on. Let's look at AI can speak. You guys must be, if you use your mobile phone, there are many times there are softwares, chatbots, but run some search on this. Yeah, run some search, because the reason for this is that you, you need to develop some type of skills here in terms of um, your ability to run searches and find authentic, accurate information online. I think that would be very important skill to have as you progress in your undergraduate degree. Yeah. So AI can already smell. Yeah. Artificial intelligence technology. Yeah. AI designed with a sense of smell to detect illness from human breath. Yeah. Look at this. Uh, if you are not aware of this type of story, you would be like, it's kind of mind boggling that how AI can smell. So you would have to read a little bit about this and try to understand it in depth. The perfume makers, there are companies which are using AI to make perfumes. So they are using AI. They are not human beings there. It's just data. So they will take data from, like in our session here, all these friends sitting there, they will give them some scents, and they will give their feedback. Do they like it? Don't like it? On a scale of 1 to 5, how much they like it, and then collect the data for your age group, from the country you are coming from, your race, ethnicity, those type of things. Take that information and then try to understand, build more data, and then try to understand that what type of smells your type of people are going to like. Yeah. So then from there, create some type of smell. So the companies are doing that. Very, very interesting. Run some search. Even without the sense of smell. So of course it is technology, so it won't have a sense of smell. This is now going a little bit further into the thing. Neuromorphic computing chips could smell explosives, narcotics, and diseases. Is very interesting. Now, for example, you go on airports and or some narcotics or drugs. They use dogs because they can really sniff. They can catch the smell. So they use those because human beings sometimes miss it. So must have seen in movies or maybe experienced it also if you are observing on airports and so on, narcotics and those type. Some gas is leaking on the plant. You are on a production house. You have a business or something like that. You produce, some gas is leaking. Yeah. So maybe human beings are going to miss it, but the neuromorphic computing chips, they can smell these type of things. Explosives. Yeah. Terrorism attacks around the world. Yeah. So these things. Think about the applications as much as possible. Is very interesting. AI can already touch. Yeah. And this is, I really enjoyed this example, and you should read it in detail. Very interesting. This fruit picking, you can see the robotic arm a little bit. This fruit picking robot can pick up to 25,000 raspberries a day. First of all, just the scale, 25,000 raspberries. For a human being to catch so many raspberries in a day from the garden, only the expert ones who have years and years of experience, they can do that. Because you are not just going to pluck all the raspberries, you are going to pluck the fruits which are ripe, which are ready. So you have to touch them, and from the touch you need to feel it, if it is right or not. Is it ready to be taken off, or it needs more time? Those type of things. So you are looking at that arm, robotic arm there, and the camera is linked with that. So the camera is going to maybe help AI understand how ripe or ready the fruit is, and then it's going to pluck it from there, and then picking up 25,000. So what is going to happen to the career of these type of people who are linked with these type of who will be disrupted, because of whose jobs would be disrupted because of these type of technologies? What is going to happen? Um, electronic skin. Yeah, electronic skin. I would really encourage you to run a Google search, maybe even right now if you have time. Electronic skin. Yeah, and then read a little bit about, maybe spend maybe 5 minutes now or later, or maybe now you are listening, so maybe later you can do this thing. Electronic skin, sense of touch, very interesting area to reflect on, like, and now imagine, now think about it, how it can, artificial intelligence would be able to see, write, creativity. Um, so then what are the things which are going to make human beings different if we are going in the job market? Those are the things you should be thinking about as I am speaking. AI can already move. AI co-pilots US military aircraft for the first time. Very interesting story. It's going to change the landscape of wars in the future. Our human beings are going to go in the battlefield. I doubt that. But think about this, and you must already know that, as I'm talking about movement, AI can move. You know how advanced the robotics are, and these companies like Amazon, they have big warehouses, and if you just run some Google searches, go on YouTube, you are going to find that in the warehouse, so much automation is going on. So much automation is going on. And then once you include artificial intelligence, blockchain, and these type of technologies in the automation, the, the future of work can significantly change. Yeah, so that is what you should be thinking about. AI can already understand emotions, understanding emotions, understanding emotions. Yeah, so AI looking at your faces right now, and from your facial expressions, trying to understand what feelings you are going through, what type of feelings. Very interesting. And especially in the context of COVID-19, you can run some searches like the sales of um, robot companions, um, um, increased in this time because people were feeling lonely, and many people got use of these type of bots, either in the physical form or through using some type of software and so on. You should read on that. And then, understanding emotions, people are making some posts on Facebook, and from there, artificial intelligence and looking at that post, and then trying to understand this person is not really, in the sound state of mind. They might do something, many people make some type of posting or something like that before killing themselves or something like that. So look at the application, how it can be useful. But then, as I was saying, there are many ethical issues involved in all these examples which I am trying to give you. Ethical side. So for example, why Facebook suicide algorithm is banned in the EU, European Union. Yeah. So in the Europe, what is happening is that they take more time in looking at ethical issues. But other places like maybe China, not saying that they are not looking at ethics, but they spend more time in collecting data and putting it into application. Same can be said, not to the same extent, but for US also. And that is why US and China are more advanced in these type of applications, including AI and other technologies, than Europe combined, because of these type of legislations. Yeah. So this again is very interesting topic to think and explore about. AI can already debate. Run some search on this project Debater, IBM. It happened a couple of years ago. Read a little bit about this. Debate is quite a complex thing to debate. Like right now, I'm just talking and you are listening. This is not hard. This is, I'm talking and you are trying to see what I'm trying to say and make sense of this. But then if I say something and you say something and someone else say something and then I have to say something, then it is kind of a debate. And for that, I would have to maybe think differently. than how I'm thinking now. So artificial intelligence can already debate. Of course, in this project, AI did not win, but it was competing with the world's best debaters. So maybe that is why. For an average person right now, AI has a very good capacity to do that. Creativity I was talking about. This is amazing. Journal Electrics, GE, is saying that AI to cut product design times in half. So designing a product, if it takes 6 hours, using AI, they are spending 3 hours. So what would be the future of then designing products? All different type of designing I'm talking about. Talking about architect. Look around in where you are sitting. Look around anything. It has a design. Your chair, your desk, anything. You can see in the room, and someone has designed it. Even the things which you are holding in your pen, in your hand, your pens or whatever, someone has designed it. So design aspect, you can cut the time, and then what is going to happen to these type of jobs which are known to be like they are more creative and so on. AI creating commercials. Lexus, run some Google search. It is a pity that I cannot show you different clips and so on, but for that, of course, we will need more time. But I'm hoping that some things are going to spark your interest from these slides, and you will run some search and gain some understanding, a deeper understanding, hopefully. Music composition. Yeah, we all like music, different type of musics for, sometimes it motivates us. We are happy, we listen to it. We are sad, we listen to it. We are celebrating, we listen to it. And AI is composing. This is a very good website. Do visit it. aiva.ai. Visit it and listen to the music. It's available there, and AI has created it. And then the deep fakes come in, and AI creating pictures, AI creating your voice, and now it can be linked with how people, criminals are using this type of technology, where they can create your voice and use it to their advantage to do different type of criminal activities. AI, this is amazing. Now, all of that, what we have been talking about, and then include that AI can already learn. Yeah, learn. Ability to learn. Yeah, we are trying to learn something right now about AI, right? Ability to learn. So once that thing comes in AI, its ability to learn on its own, towards AI that learns to write code. I was reading some, research articles that, like, many codes, you won't need human beings to write those type of codes. AI is going to write those type of codes. Yeah. This should really make you think about whatever you are trying to do, make a career. And I'm saying it, I think for the third time, whatever career you are trying to go into, this is the time to really think about how technologies are going to change it, and then prepare accordingly. Yeah, this is now a little tricky. AI can already read your mind, not in the future. It can read your mind, yeah, through looking at signals and so on. AI can now read your thoughts and turn them into words and images. Yeah, so it is not like a scene from a movie. You are going to find research projects where people are able to understand to a good extent, not 100%, but to a good extent, that what type of feelings the person is going through. And again, it links with, looking at facial you are using all different type of technologies. The AI can, the smell, the sight, electronic skin, touch, feel, reading thoughts, and you combine it. So what type of AI we are talking about? Scientists develop AI that can turn brain activity into text. Yeah. And many papers have been written on this, and of course it's expensive technology, and it is not something which is available for everyone to use, but it is there. So I want to like give some try to give some closure to what I have been saying, I think. Um, because we would not like to go beyond the time which is allotted to me. So going forward, Salesforce CEO, for example, is saying that AI is a new human right. It is a new human right. So it's just like the right to speak, the right to life, the right to express your thoughts, emotions, or basic human rights. So he's saying AI is going to be a new human right. Because think about it, the countries which have advanced AI, strong AI, can do these type of things which I have been talking about. Those countries are going to be stronger than other countries. They would have a lot of advantage over other countries who would not have developed these type of AI skills or competencies, or maybe did not develop their workforce with some skills which can complement these type of strengths which comes from strong AI. Um, Now the application is huge. For example, you can now keep on thinking about your career, whatever you want to become, and then run some searches on that, and then learn more about that. These slides are there. I hope you are looking at them and you can scan through them. Not going to talk too much about them. Essentially, they are saying that no matter what the industry is, for example, healthcare. Look at this. The global AI healthcare market is expected to grow from 4.9 billion US dollars in 2020 to 45 billion US dollars by 2026. So just in 5 years from now, from 5 billion to 45 billion. This is this number should tell you a lot of things there. Yeah. So becoming ready, not just for physicians, for all different type of activities you are going to do. Seeing what skills you should focus on, so when you are ready to go in the job market, it is not that you have the skills which AI in the future can very easily do, because then you are going to be not of much value. Any industry you can think of, AI is going to disrupt it. And look, just for this, I just selected this one. Is a model is gave because she understands how the business works, and she's saying, I'm a model and I know that AI will eventually take my job. And now you can imagine, if it can read, write, smell, pose, walk, what is there? You can give the look to a robot. Any person's look you can be given to the robot. um, you can run searches. For example, there are people who have given the look of their favorite actress to their robot. Some example is coming in my mind, like you can run the search Scarlett Johansson robot, and someone gave the look of Scarlett to the bot. If you do not think AI could outsmart you, you are an, yeah, right? I'm not going to use the word, but Elon Musk is saying this. Of course, different people have different thoughts on this now. Some people think that AI is going to really disrupt different type of jobs. Other people think that maybe not. Maybe the disruption is not going to be as huge as some people think. So it's the opinion is quite divided on this. Like for example, this one, AI will match human intelligence by about 2026, 2060, 2062, 2062. Yeah. Or maybe um, some, now how you would look at it, is it very far, or it's up to your perspective? Is it far? It's not. No one really knows when, but the idea is that it is changing, because even if you look around wherever you are, whichever city you are, whichever environment you are of course seeing that some jobs which used to be there, they are being automated already. So in the future, this is only going to um going to increase. And then ethics is really important thing to really think about. Like for example, Google CEO, he's saying that AI needs to be regulated. It's a small, it's a small line, but it is very deep. Like the regulation, how to use it, in which, and for example, we were talking like looking at the picture and trying to identify what type of personality a person has, or trying to identify if the person is gay or straight, or trying to identify if the person is going to pay the rent on time, or they are someone who is not going to pay the rent on time, or a person is likely to commit some type of crimes or not. Now this is yes, AI is quite advanced in many senses, but it also makes a lot of mistakes because it is not perfect technology. So then the regulation and the ethical issues and all of those things, uh, they are also part of the scheme. This is interesting. Next generation of AI talent to be trained at UK university. So universities across the world are trying to uh, trying to do something on AI. I'm going to speak about this when I close. And then even the workforce, big organizations, they are trying to give some type of training, giving new type of skills to their workers. Microsoft investing 1 billion in AI project co-funded. So I hope that these type of things are um, going to make you think about the importance of this topic. And if you are not really thinking about it in a careful way, you should. But let me say that do not fear AI, because I'm sure uh, we are not having a conversation. It is only me who is talking. So you would have so many things going on in your mind. So I want to really say that don't fear AI. Don't fear AI. It is what I'm trying to say is that um, and let me show you this slide. For example, people say that lot of jobs are going to go away. So if you look at the data, 85, they are saying 85 million maybe jobs are going to go away, like the data entry clerks, administrative executive secretaries, accounting, bookkeeping. You can look at this type of data. This is published in World Economic Forum. So 85 million jobs are maybe going to get lost, but 97 million new jobs are going to be created. Yes. So that is a very big number if you think about, if you think about that. And I was showing you that slide where uh, universities are trying to prepare their students with these type of technology, AI and so on. uh, but across the world you will see that there are a lot of universities which are maybe which are maybe not doing much. So in that regard, I really want to say that even if your university is not doing much when you look at your course content and so on, you should prepare yourself on these type of technologies. I think that is going to be very important. There are other things which I can maybe say, but I would like to maybe have some little interaction with you guys. If something is in your mind, we can talk about that. I would also maybe speak with your lecturer a little bit on this topic if you would like to have a conversation or something. But over to you guys. What is in your mind, if anything, if any comments you want to make, or something which you saw and you think, oh, this is too much, maybe this is not going to happen is in our lifetime, something like that. Any comments, any things, whatever is coming in your mind, that would be nice.
Okay, Tatin, I'm really thank you for your lecture. It was really interesting, and I personally have a huge bunch of questions to you, and I hope that students will also have some questions. And so really thank you. It was a really interesting topic, and if we can, you when you were talking, you were like you wouldn't like to use a dirty word, but when I was thinking about everything you said, I really want to say we are really fucked, but it's not the suitable place. So we can say that we should be very nervous about this situation for sure. And but still, I'm really glad that at the end you said that this is not only wrong, it could also be a challenging issue for all of us to find our new positions within the job market and so on and so on. So before the students will try to ask you for something, I got some notes and I would like to probably discuss. The funny thing is that maybe 1/3 of the students they are high school was a business academy, so they learn how to write on the computer, and this is really funny because they have a certificate, they are able to write some amounts of words and so on and so on. And now we can see that we can just, or in the future, in the short future, we will be able to switch our brains into some system, and then this system could write instead of us, which is great, I think. But anyway, as you said, and as you show us the picture, the thing is that a lot of people they were trained and they are still training for the jobs that they have no future, and this is really big issue. And I think you already mentioned it. It's a big ethical issue. So you show us some picture of I think it was UN, or I don't know who was the publisher. But I'm really interested in your opinion. What is the best pathway to deal with the future with the AI? Do you have any personal idea how to deal with that?
Oh yes, very very interesting, and I thank you for all the comments you made there, and very interesting comment. And I think this would be very useful for all of our friends sitting there, that how to prepare, because I mentioned so many things, but I somehow did not say that how to prepare for this mess we are in. So thank you for reminding me to talk about this a little bit. I'm going to take 2-3 minutes to talk about it, because it is very important. Like, yes, this is the problem, but no, it's okay. We have problems in life. How to solve the problem, that is the main thing here. So one thing is that you need to find that what are the areas you are interested in. So let's say you are interested in gardening. You are interested in taking care of flowers, or I was talking about raspberries, fruits, something like that. You are interested in that, so you want to go in that field. You want to have your farm, agriculture, something like that. So that is your interest. But to prepare for the future, that interest is not enough. You need to find what else you are interested in. So when you will look deeper in your mind, you will reflect. You are going to maybe find, okay, I am interested in music. All right, okay, I like enjoy music, because I made some examples on music also. So now, so music, so when you are playing certain sounds, how that impacts the growth of different plants. Yeah, because music has some impact on us. Just like we listen to a music and we become happy, and we listen to a music and we become sad. So same thing happens to plants, to flowers, to these type of things, because it is vibration, it is energies. Yeah, and you can read on this. I'm talking based on the articles which are published there, and this is research there. Yeah, so now you are not an ordinary gardener which can be replicated by AI. You are a gardener who knows this your field, gardening, and then your interest in music. Or let's now you're going to find one more interest. So for example, you say you are interested in mathematics or statistics or something, anything. So now you're going to see, okay, how that can be combined with the field of, so what you can do by combining multiple interests. So you have an interest in farming, you have interest in math, you have interest in music. So when you combine those three things and make a career from that, it is very unlikely in your lifetime that the AI is going to be so smart enough that it can simultaneously deal with three different categories. Because right now, all these examples which I gave, and what is happening in the world, AI is only doing one job in one time. So if it is writing, it is writing. If it is seeing, it is seeing. Whatever data is given, it is given on the same one topic. But human mind is different. We can become masters in multiple. So if you can have like three area of interest and combine them and then create a career, you are someone who is going to work alongside AI, and that is the future I'm predicting. Like, it is not that AI which is going to only work, or human beings are going to work alone. It is a shake hand between the technology and the human intelligence. But human intelligence, which is made from multiple disciplines, not just one. So nothing is wrong if you are interested in the field of writing. Don't get discouraged that writing is going. No, 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 it's not that. So writing is fine. Find some more interest, one more interest, and find one more interest and combine it. And you can do you can do that. It is just that you have to think and reflect, take some time, think about this, and then from there move from that. I hope this technique is going to work. There are so many other things, but I'm looking at time also and so on, because we would like to take some more questions maybe from audience if it is possible or not. Yes, please.
Okay, thank you for this another meaning of the issue. I think this is in line with Professor Václav Smil. I don't know if you know this guy. He's a native Czech, but he's already Canadian now, and he's the main advisor of Bill Gates. And he said that artificial. He said exactly what you said, that artificial intelligence is still, you know, some kind of computer working on the basis like if then, and this is only thing the nowadays or today's artificial intelligence can do. So yeah, I think the potential of the humans is located in what you said, the ability to, let's say, to take different streams of thinking together. And yeah, So I will ask the students if they have any question. As I said, I need to say it by my words because the microphone here is not working, so I can ask them in Czech. Give me a few seconds.
Yes.
Přátelé, máte na kolegu nějaký dotaz? Já ho klidně česky, já mu to přeložím. Jo. Musíte se bát. Takhle, bojíte se o to, že přijdete, nebo vystrašilo vás to trošku, teda ty z vás, kdo poslouchali? Vystrašilo trochu. Myslíte si, že jako vaše místa jsou v ohrožení? Asi jo. OK. A pochopili jste to, co říkal, že ta myšlenka hlavní je v tom, že člověk může kombinovat ty věci, které ta AI nedokáže kombinovat? Myslíte si, že to jde? Že by to šlo? Že to zvládnete tohleto nakombinovat? Aha. OK. Přesně tak, no. Přesně tak. To je jedna věc. To je tohleto, no. Dobře. A nějakou konkrétní otázku pro něj? Nebo mám říct, že jsem si něco vymyslel? Něco si mám vymyslet, to je hodně. Fakt nechcete, my to pak prodiskutujeme to téma, ale kdybyste měli. Okay, so we were shortly discussing the topic with the students, and you know, the good thing is that today we are going to talk about human resources in my lecture. Yes. So your topic fits into my topics greatly. So this is awesome. And you know, I asked them if they are scared about the future, and they say they are a bit. So and I can see the field for us. I mean, for the lecturers and researchers, in order to let's say enable the students' potential into the future to be able to work with the AI together. So yeah, and also I got some more notes. So if you don't mind, I would like to ask you a few more questions. Really. Okay, so I need to find only the most interesting one. Oh yeah, you were talking about the big five, because we try, because you know, those students, they are first semester bachelor students, so they are new at the school. And what I'm always doing is like I'm giving them the big five inventory in order to realize their potential. And I realized that you were talking about Big Five and AI, and I missed the connection. Can you explain what was the connection, please?
Yes. So it is that human beings have different type of personalities, but they have divided into, you know, certain that these are the personalities which human beings would have, but they have so many other personalities in between also. But what AI is doing is it is looking at people's picture. Facial pictures, and from there looking at the data set which they would have. Like for example, they would look at my picture and I ask me some questions. I will put in the data that okay, I am maybe introvert. Let's say that I am an introvert, so I'm going to say okay, I'm introvert. So they will look at my facial and then they will ask other people, and over a period of time when the data is increased, then they will say okay, the people who are introverts, what is some type of commonality in their features? Yeah, people who are extrovert, what is some type of familiarity, similarity in their features? That type of thing they are doing, and then trying to predict what people would have. Couple of things I want to say based on what our lecturer was talking about when he was talking with you guys. I think maybe I heard him wrong. He said that some of you are maybe scared about the things I said. So please, that is not the right way to think about it. You are first year student, as your lecturer just told us. This is your first semester. This is the right time to gain this type of insight which I shared with you. Now you have time. You have 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. So as you are graduating, And as you are thinking that what type of career you are going to take at the end of 3 year, 4 year, maybe after your master's in 5 years, you need to prepare yourself slowly, 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 one step at a time. And the idea is that when you are graduating, you are ready for the market, no matter what type of AI is there. Yeah. So don't nothing to be scared over here. And as you are going to talk about human resource management, I hope today. So a couple of things I can maybe talk about, and then we can maybe close, and you can move into your regular lecture. So human resource management companies are using a lot of equipment in terms of various technologies, including AI. So when you are sending your CV to a big company which is hiring from international market, like Amazon, for example, yeah. So Amazon is going to find the best talent from the world, It is going to advertise the job. You are also going to apply. I will also apply. People from across the world will apply. Do Amazon have people who are going to look at every CV one by one? Do you think that? Maybe not. They are trying to cut their cost, as you know. Yeah. So they would use AI. Look for certain words in your CV which you have included. Look at the pattern, how you lay out the information, all of those things. So you will be shortlisted by some type of technology. Yeah. So there is a good thing in this. There is a bad thing also in it, because if you don't know how to create a right CV, which AI is going to detect, then your CV, no matter how smart you are, your CV is not going to come into the site. So it is going to shortlist and so on. Same thing they are doing for interviews, because they are going to get the best mind from the world. They are going to do a lot of interviews, and even with one person, I was reading, sometimes they are doing for top positions, they are doing 6, 7, 8 interviews. It's mind-boggling. Yes. So the initial 2, 3 interviews are with a technology where you are sitting in front of a camera. Camera is AI. It is posing you the questions there, and you are smiling. It is analyzing you if it is a fake smile or whatever it is happening. So if you are aiming to go in those type of companies where a lot of people are going to apply for, and of course they are going to pay you a lot of money also, yes, because they are looking for the right best mind, then you have to prepare along these lines. But then again, I don't want to say too much here, because the point is, don't get scared at all. Your lecturer is there to help you out there. I am always available, no problem. You can reach out to me, and you have 3, 4, 5 years to prepare yourself. So, but you have to start now. That is the idea. So I think that is good. Thank you.
Thank you, because that was, positive. I think I will ask them if they have any other question. Máte nějakou otázku ještě? Okay, so it seems that they need to think about those. So I think this could be a good end, because you finish your lecture with the positive attitude, which I'm really appreciate, and nothing is so bad as it looked on the first sight. So once more, thank you again for your time. I think it was really interesting, as much as for me as for the students. I think we enjoy your presentation. So thank you very much once more for your time. And by the way, what is your local time right now?
My local time, yes, it is 3:32 in the morning. It is.
Oh,
night. So we are 6 hours behind you. So you should be 9:32. Yes. Oh, so I'm 6 hours behind.
32. Yeah, great. So this is it was that was an excellent lecture. Keeping in mind the time you have, it's really crazy. And I think you can use the rest of the night for your sleeping. So thank you very much. If you need to discuss some technical topics, so please contact Lucy, because she knows what are those things related to your lecture? I don't know, those technical issues. So thank you very much and have a good sleep.
No problem. Couple of things. Please put in your email address in the chat, because
yeah.
I'm going to reach out to you to get email addresses of our participants here who are sitting. So I would like to have email addresses. I would like to reach out to them and have some dialogue, continue the dialogue conversation for those of us who are interested. So one thing would be email, and second thing would be the recording of this lecture, if we can share this. So I'm going to send you an email shortly, and please help me out with that. So thank you very much, class. Have a wonderful rest of the day. I saw that some of you were yawning as I was speaking, and I don't mind that at all. It is early in the morning, so that is okay. But what I'm trying to say is, please reflect on these things, run some Google searches, and I'm also going to reach out to you via email, and then we will see how we can I can be of any help to you in terms of understanding this topic more in detail. So thank you very much once again, and thank you very much, Professor. Cheers.
Thank you. See you.
See you.